Our last contestant, Ovidiu Oltean. Falling, falling, Ovidiu Oltean.
It doesn't matter how many times you fall. What matters is how many times you get back up. These are not the words of a man whose parachute did not open. 2 weeks ago, at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning, halfway through my beauty sleep, my friend Horatiu called. Now, Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, I'm a Taurus. And every Taurus has 3 important needs: sleep, food, and sex. And we get really frustrated when someone interrupts any of them. So my phone rang. Horatiu at the other line. Ovi, I'm going skydiving in Locul. Wanna come? What? I'm going to jump with a parachute. I can pick you up in 30 minutes. I don't think it's fun to jump if there is no sun outside. Oh, relax. At 3,000 meters, the sun always shines. So, 90 minutes later, we're going off the E60 road and up the hills, in the middle of nowhere. Now, at this point, my first thought was, how will the ambulance find us? If something bad happens to us in this God-forsaken place. But then I realized that if something bad did happen, it's not the ambulance that would come for us, but the funeral car. Upon arrival, we signed a contract, which stated that in case of death, the company can't be sued either by me, nor by my children, grandchildren, and 3 generations to come after me. No problem. If I die, there won't be any future generations. Basically, we lost all of our rights. I went through a quick training with Doru, an instructor, with 4,378 jumps and 4,378 landings. Impressive success rate. We got on a plane that should be used to transport pesticides, not humans. And we took off. As we approached 3,000 meters, my heart started to bounce. Doru opened the door. And with a big smile on his face, asked, "Are you ready?" In Doru I trust. 1, 2, 3. Now, I thought that I would go something like this. Ah! But the cold air and the speed made it impossible for me to open my mouth. So all I could do was try to force myself and smile at the camera. We started rolling in midair, losing any notion of up, down, left, or right. All I could see was white. So I trusted gravity to bring me down. 40 seconds of floating. 40 seconds that froze my mind and my thoughts. It's like making love in midair. You're connected to another human being. It takes your breath away. And if you're not paying attention, it can be over very quickly. Now, after those 40 seconds, the parachute opened and we landed safely. Now, I thought that falling from 3,000 meters is the most extreme experience ever. Wrong. There is something much more dangerous, and I'm sure everyone here has gone through it. It's falling in and out of love. It's very similar to a parachute jump, but with some important differences. Unlike skydiving, before falling in love, you don't sign any type of contract that exonerates your partner from his or her mistakes. No one really asks you, "Are you ready?" And after falling in love, well, you feel the same disorientation, but instead of 40 seconds, it can last for up to 40 days. Now, sometimes the ride is gentle, and you land softly, ending your relationship in a mutual agreement. But sometimes you hit the ground at full speed, and that's what happens. Now, luckily, we humans are so intelligent that we can take that mess, and in time, we can fix it. Unfortunately, we humans are not so intelligent because we do it again. And almost every time it hurts. Do you agree? Now, over the years, I've smashed myself more often than doctors recommend. It was painful, but in time I learned how I can hit the ground and not to suffer. Would you like to know how? Would you like to know how you can dive deep in a relationship, love fully, and not suffer when it's over? If you do, say, "Ah." Okay, the answer is simple. Love yourself. How? Talk nicely to yourself. Appreciate yourself. Buy yourself gifts. Take yourself out to dinner. Do things that make you happy. Whatever you would do for the person you love, do it for yourself. Harness and amplify the love within. And then, when you fall out of a relationship, you will only scratch the outside, but the inside will remain intact. And that's when you will be able to get back up. Madam Countess.